Muscle for Speed. Hey team, thanks for checking in for the next Kilograms Kilometers podcast and continuing on with this week of our power or Olympic variations and the idea around using muscle cleans or muscle snatches for our workouts and for our power and speed production or training. And I know we definitely touched on it in previous episodes or in the past. One of the two big benefits of using that variation, one is by doing the muscle version or muscle variation, is you get a longer pull out of it, right? So it's not we don't put the emphasis on getting under and catching. We put more emphasis on the actual pull. So there's a longer, I always kind of refer to it as a runway that we're pulling from or pulling in. So longer pull, and then with that, subsequently, we actually end up generating more speed, more bar speed with that longer pull. Right? It's kind of the difference of thinking about doing a 10-yard sprint versus a 20-yard sprint. Because that 20 yards, you get a little more runway, a little more leeway there, right? You're able to kind of accelerate a little bit more, or generate a little more acceleration. So those are always great. I always like using those, definitely in like second half of the season, or as you're kind of getting into that, postseason for sport athletes, because one, you're using lighter weight. And then two, like the catch is usually a little bit softer. There's not as much, intense impact on the catch portion of the movement. So, kind of a win-win there. You get more speed, right? You're generating more speed, and then you're getting lower impact on the actual catch, which kind of works out in a few different ways. Of course, as often said, if for whatever reason you can't do or don't want to do the catch, you can still do just the pull portion of it. So clean, right? We would just be trying to pull that bar up to high chest, if not up towards the shoulder of the chin. And then just not turning under and catching. So, but those are, like I said, those are great variations, and then even good progressions if someone is trying to learn it. Right, it really emphasizes that triple extension in that segmented kind of way, and then of course that's going to help get more transfer onto the field or into performance more so. So if you have any questions about that, if you have tried that or have tried that and you weren't sure, or looking to try it and just want to make sure you're going about it the right way, as always, feel free to hit us up, let us know. And more than anything, right, welcome to share videos and give, I'll certainly kind of give some thoughts or ideas on things to consider or think about and work on for the next session. So other than that, let's keep this week rolling and let's keep working.